Hello, hello, hello. Tim and Cat, your game is never mind. I thought it was private, but it just wasn't loading. Okay, odd. It's supposed to, no. How do I start my own review? I guess I can't, huh? No worries. I think we've all done it at some point. Is there a reason you couldn't just download the game? Why did you have to replay it? Um, there's a couple ways. Are you using the Fox app or the custom made one that fan made one for English speakers? The mini Fox. All right, so this is the mini Fox. I believe it's for both Windows and Mac. And then on here, you can just click your game records. I believe it pops up a window, yeah. And then from here, you can just click download. Also, if you stretch this window, you can click AI Sensei and it'll upload it to your AI Sensei account or download it directly. And it's a lot easier. You can also see your win rate percentages and stuff. If you're on the actual client, you can also do it from there as well. You just go to your profile, go to your games tab, double click it to open the review, and then there will be a save button on that window. But here is the mini Fox, open Fox, whatever. Actually, you can also use custom skins. If you go into the folder and change the pictures, you can change the look of the go board. You just put your own pictures in and then rename them to whatever it's looking for. Okay. Am I actually in the Go category this time? I am in the Go category this time. Okay. The heck is that? I don't know what you're doing this one. This one doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so the open quarters, open sides. Well, there's still an open side down here, but I think the big thing is he didn't make a base, so you can just take it away. So the first instinct is to, take a base, usually one space away, take the base off the third line. However, because it's very thick, you might back off and go 2 spaces away because it's really strong. And then if you're looking at surrounding it, you could also go 2 space high. But the point is you want to be taking away white space. You can use the Clossius coins, the Twitch points, in order to sign up for a review. Just click the join the queue reward, I believe. And then it'll ask you to input the game record. Yep, wedge on the bottom's perfectly fine. Don't know why you're playing this one. Either there's a cut or there's not a cut. If there's a cut, fix it. If there's not, then do something else. Okay, so you're clearly not attacking this, I guess. So let's say that this is not weak. Then what do? So we have open corners. We already have the open sides played. Everything has a stone on the side. So now we want to look at these 4 squares in the center. Okay, draw straighter lines in your head than what I'm doing. I think this square is possible for white, but you have a stone looking at both of those. This square is not really anybody's, and then this square is definitely going in your favor. So I want to build that square. Okay, so let's get a stone over here, and our goal is to look for this jump. And we're trying to get control of a square so we can attack something. But since there's already a group to attack, it doesn't really make sense to build another thing to attack. We already have a target, so it's a little bit weird that we're not attacking it. Okay. Oh, no! More Go problems. Go problems. Oh, wow, that is a difference. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, what is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And then it was for white 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, like almost 20. So it's like a 30-point mistake. Holy crap, it's huge. All because we don't know second line cutting points. Learn your 20 Q shapes. Learn your 20 Q shapes. These are from 9x9s. Wow, that is a big mistake. That does not look like a base, because if I throw a stone right here, then how do you deal with it? Get a base. Otherwise, focus on a center square. Well, why are you taking the base now? Now he's alive. Now this is dead, so white is perfectly alive. Now this is nothing. This doesn't attack anything. Center squares, center squares. Who has plagued the DDK Fox players with these stupid Ponuki Starpoint crap? Just play a big move. Yeah, I would say the big thing is you're not looking at the squares and Go problems. Connect your cutting points. You could cut white and then expand. Now I hear there's this fantastic Go problem app. You can collect dragons and everything and do Go problems. Should probably use that thing. You are not attacking your opponent because there's a cut right here. There's a cut right here. So you are not attacking your opponent at all. But the entire thing you try to do in the middle game is to attack your opponent. Yeah, cuts and connections. Those would definitely be homework. I think you're doing... I'm getting like tired of saying it, but it's like I have to say it to every single new person. You're doing what every other person does, which is you're trying to make territory. You don't win and go by making territory. You win and go by making exchange rates. What does Octopod say? It's probably correct, and we're just using different words. I'm going to assume that another teacher is giving good advice. The entire concept of Go, you can think of like money. It doesn't matter how much money you make if you're going in that much debt. You need profit. Right? You need to gain a positive exchange rate. You need profit. So it doesn't matter if you make points if your opponent also makes points. Hello, Vonzilla. Both of you have to... If both of you make the same amount, it cancels out. You've made 0. Even though you might... I made 10 points. No, you didn't. You made 0 points. Because your opponent has also made 10 points. Yeah. So Go is an exchange rate game. So there's multiple styles, right? It's definitely multiple styles. But I guarantee you he builds strong positions and attacks with them. What you're saying is shape and territory. I guarantee you, like, it's just probably a different definition of territory. So, for example, I guarantee you he will say, let's take this then. This is what I see a lot of people. He doesn't like Smega. That's a problem. That is a problem. A lot of people will say, okay, I'm making territory here. Which, technically, yes, but no, you're not. Because territory, in my definition of territory, is something that cannot be taken away. Right? This, to me, is a framework. This is potential points, right? To me, this is saying, you better do something about this, or I'm going to get like a quarter of the board. Now, in my mind, I do not expect to get this. I expect white to come in and do something about it. And so when white does, I will get to then attack something. So my entire goal is to set up a position to attack with, because you will get a positive exchange rate. Now, with that being said, there are times when territory is worth it. But that takes very good judgment to make that decision, because most of the time, if you make territory and your opponent makes territory, it cancels out. But if there's a time where you can make 10 points and your opponent can't, then yeah, sure, go for it. That's a positive exchange rate. Yeah, so I think you doesn't really understand the goes and exchange rate game. There's different ways to do it, right? There's different ways to make profit. But typically what I teach is open corners, open sides, get a position, and then get control of a square. The control means you're saying you better do something about this, or I'm going to get way too much. I'm going to get a quarter of the board. So they usually have to do something about it. And then you get to attack and make profit, because attacking is for profit. So ignoring the attack option that you had means you missed your chance to make profit. Now you're not setting up for the future attack, you're trying to make points. So you're actually missing a lot of opportunities here. This is maybe 4 to 6 points, but what if I go over here? I think I'm getting more than you. So you see how white's getting control of this section now? You got it here, but if I get all of this, then that's not good. Now, white did play a slow move, so if you destroy this, then you get that for free. Yeah. Go to the biggest framework. There you go. Wait, I already saw this. Why am I saying there you go? I saw this. I literally saw you do this. Okay. Don't care. Nope, that doesn't affect you. You're not cuttable. That one does. Go play big moves. Don't worry about it. Just go expand. Make sure you don't get attacked in here. White does whatever. White does something weird. Then you just start endgame, I guess. I guess there's one more center, but how does white build it? You definitely can't build it because white's really strong right here. So I think at this point I would just start like endgame. Just start endgame and get all the points. Just get all the points. Hello, Corinthians. Quadrants, do you mean the center squares? Center quadrants, center squares? So I came up with the words myself, but the concept of moyos and frameworks has always been around. And then I've just, over the years, I keep trying to adjust how I'm saying it in order to make it make more sense, in order to help people get to the correct answers faster. So I've transitioned into the 4 center squares in the last year or so, but it's still like largest framework or biggest moyo or whatever. It's all that same stuff. But basically, I'm like, look at the 4 center squares. Because a lot of the times I'll say framework and everyone's looking at the sides. And I'm like, okay, let's just screw the sides. Look at these squares right here. Then you're looking at the stuff. Like, if you're not looking at the squares, you're not even, like, playing Go. At least not on the 19x19. Oh, this one? Oh, it's great. Speaking of shirts, dude, oh my gosh. I need to freaking get some money and then buy my merch. I want to buy it before the next tournament, okay? Shout out to my merch store because, making sales. I really want this shirt before the next tournament I go to. I really want this one. Oh, fun fact, if you're subbed on Twitch, you actually get discounts on the merch store. If you're subbed to me on Twitch, the shirts are discounted. So that one I want. I think Kara wants either the Dansu, It's Okay You Did Your Best, or the It's Okay I'm a DDK as well. But I want to wear one or two of these by the next Go tournament. Oh my gosh, the freaking volume of the clocks. It's so important. Speaking of freaking clocks, I gotta learn how to use Fisher time. Do you send? This is not me. This is Stream Elements, which I assume does, but this is a print-on-demand service. I will not be going to Congress this year. It's not worth it. It's just too far away. I also think Fisher time is better. Okay, let me say that flat out. I do think Fisher time is better. But I did not spend 17 years playing with Fisher time, so I'm completely lost on what to do. Is it Portland? I think it's Portland. Fisher time is arguably better, but it's very different time management skills, and I have not learned them. This move is dame. Okay, I've actually spent quite a bit of time on this one, so let's go ahead and move on. Hopefully you found that review helpful. Next up is Vonzilla. Oh, guys. Books. The camera's that way, not books. I am selling books. This is in-game problems, set of 6, 3Q and stronger. Life and death problems, set of 4, 3Q and stronger, and I believe it goes up to 7 Dan, 8 Dan, 9 Dan level on some of these. They're really cool, all in English. You can buy them on Amazon, or you can just message me and we can just figure it out. Amazon is only set up for the US, but if you are overseas, we just have to, as long as you pay for the shipping and handling, I'll figure it out. Okay, we'll figure it out as long as you pay for the shipping and handling. These are the Baduk Classic, The Art of Closing, and this is Baduk Classic, The Profound and Mysterious. They're Go problem books. Hopefully everything I said just makes sense. They're $10 a piece, but I would like to sell them as sets. So the Life and Death is a set of 4, and the Endgame is a set of 6. You can buy all set of 10. It's a 10 total set. So for the total, it would be 100 plus shipping, or you can do 60 plus shipping or 40 plus shipping. Corinthians. Yeah, I'll add you. I'll have it tabbed. And then we also have Druid as well. Anyway, I am selling those. I got them. They sent them to me from Korea to sell to you guys. I think it's Baduk TV Books. That's not the Baduk TV Books. You can tell who's got the priority on this Amazon. Baduk TV Books. I don't know. Baduk Classic. There you go. This one should be mine anyway. That's only for the US though. If you're outside of the US, like I would rather just work it out not through Amazon so we can figure out the shipping and handling. This is small compared to this anyway. This is not, the bottom is bigger, basically. What are you after? Corner? Double honey? Okay, so the Joseki you chose. No, this is not old school. This is not old school. The Joseki you chose is the Nobi right here. The Nobi means I want influence in Gote. That's what the statement says. This stone says I'm canceling out the center of these two squares. So you have picked a Joseki that targets this square, and this stone has already canceled it out. So this doesn't make any sense. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if there's any pro games that play what you play. Oh my gosh, just freaking go to the website. I don't care. Okay, you played Starpoint 3-4. Okay. Oh, they played 3-4, that's right. Okay, I guess it doesn't move. What do I know? One game in 1993. Okay, let me pull up cut rate. I'm sure this won't crash my stream at all. Yeah, you guys can see my screen. That is wall theory. Fun fact. You can find that on Sumego Dragon as well. I have added a lot of useful links on Sumego Dragon, or at least slowly but surely. So if you're on Sumego Dragon, there is the news link, so you can actually read the latest Bedrock news. There is the database link, which links to Wall Theory, which I just sent you to. It does default to the 9x9 because it's Sumego Dragon is for like beginners and stuff. But if you just click pattern search, it also does 19x19. So I'm slowly like adding stuff to it. People can create their own puzzles now. And then if you click the links link, you get lots of links in the links link page. So you got the AlphaGo documentary, Hikaru no Go, find local players near you for the Better Club map. Yeah, my stuff. You got Go Magic. Speaking of Go Magic, I have a coupon code, Clossius. Get a discount on Go Magic for your first purchase. Online places to play, then my internal pages. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I try to add stuff to it as I go. What was I doing? I was doing Caltrain. See, I told you. It's negative like 0.2. Eat it. That's like almost a quarter of a rank at pro level. It's basically nothing, but you know, whatever. I'm really surprised that the 3-3 is as big as the Shamari here. Negative 0.3. Still possible, I guess, but whatever. Negative 0.4. All right, you've lost over a point so far. This AI is better because I can customize what I do. All right, I think you've lost 2 points by now. No, looks like only 1 point. So black plus 0.5, and it started out... Whatever. What do I know? Don't listen to me. What do I know? Isn't this really good for you? That tiger's mouth's really nice to have. Like, I don't think I'm wrong. I think it's just I'm right by half a point. So, maybe that's what it is. I'm just half a point better. Yeah, well, I don't like it in the first place. I don't want to do it. Technically speaking, though, the tiger is the response to this. I don't know. I don't like this for white. It's only half a point according to AI, but I don't like it. Right side should be bigger than top side. Top is already settled thanks to F17. So you want the right side, not the top side. Yeah, this is a little bit better for black. I thought you said those were concentrated. If you get two Tanikis out of it, it's great. Nah, it's worth responding. Respond. That's not a nose to Suji. That's not... It's okay. It's okay. See, everyone needs to become my student so I can yell at them. They're not here, so I can't yell at them. So whatever. That is a Joseki, yes. I don't know. I guess anything works over here. Anything's fine, I guess. Yep. Yep, basics. That's cutting points. That should be right. Da 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 da. I want to say here is the answer. Hello, bats. What do you mean by losing it? I'm like working 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, but you know, losing's a strong word. Stop asking for my number. Thank you for the follow. Followed. Did I get a raid? No, I didn't get a raid. Are you still streaming? You better have raided me and not other people. Hi, Bat Stream. Have you guys heard of Sumego Dragon? Free advertising. Speaking of bats, if you want some of these, I also am selling books. They actually made books to sell from Korea. Let me know if you want some. It's the Batted Classic books. This is going great for black. Who is it? Korea Batted TV. My boss in Korea who was the owner of Batted TV for a while. I don't think he is anymore, but I believe he's also like a board of director of a freaking TV station. So anyway, he sent me another chunk of these Batted Classic books to sell in the US. Oh, cutting points, oh, cutting points. Why do you let yourself get cut? Just stay connected. Yeah, no, I'm not doing this for free. I'm sorry. Like, I like the Go community, but I also like making a living. So I do get a cut for these. It's like with the AGA, right? They're like, hey, we'll sponsor your stream if you give codes away and sell AGA memberships, which you can do by using code Clossius, not Batsko. I don't know, is it Batsko or Dwyron? Regardless, it doesn't matter. You should use code Clossius, get a year of AGA for free, because it's not like I can be bought or anything. That's a lot. Stop getting cut. That's the big issue here. Just don't get cut. Oh, this would be great if it worked, but I don't know. I don't think it works. It does not work. It's just bad. Connect the cutting points. It will save you a world of trouble. That is fair. I don't think this one is. But yeah, both of you are struggling with the cutting points. Cutting points is the secret to attack and defense. It's like a secret that everyone knows, but no one wants to utilize. Oh, there's no obvious plan, is there? Okay, I think what you did is fine, though. Now, at least get this off once, right? That's got to be at least a good exchange. I'm surprised Black did not get that Atari. This feels important. You know, I hear there's a great app for mastering Sumego. I want to say this one's better so Black doesn't get that forcing move because Black also has a Sumego to solve. No, your shape sucks. Why does your shape suck? Oh, crap, you're dead. I can't live. Because if I go here, you just go here. And if I go here and I go here, I guess you are alive if you give up those. Okay, cool. What? Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Oops. Now, if Black dies, all you have to do is say, I totally planned that, but... Go problems. Go problems. They are your friend. What are you doing? That doesn't make an I even if you cut. Like, it's still a false I no matter what. It's still a false I. Oh my gosh, this is... Don't go nuts trying to kill something. It's bad. You're going to go nuts and you're going to lose everything. If you go nuts, you make the mistake worse. I mean, have you seen Ice Age, right? He went freaking nuts and he killed like half the planet. Multiple times. Like, he had sequels of nutsiness. Yeah, it's going to be these cutting points and life and death problems. They're getting you killed. You know everything else. Just figure out how to fight. Like, this is difficult, but I want to say this one's very solvable by 3Q. So you're probably playing too fast. I think this one's very solvable. I think this lives, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of the times, 3Qs and 2Qs and 1Qs, literally they know everything they need to be a Dawn, but they're just not disciplined with their reading. They just don't look before they leap. They assume. They look 2 moves deep, but they won't look like 6 moves deep. They assume a lot. A lot of the times, you have the tools you need. You just don't read. You just don't use them. Like, this is a good example. Both of you, I think, could solve this problem. I think both of you could. But you're just not doing it. You're just playing. But that's what prevents you from being Don level. Like, legit, this is like game deciding crap. And you're just like, I'm gonna play. Yeah. But then again, like I actually was talking with a student and they're like, or I was talking with a guy interviewing me for a podcast actually. And he was like, so what does Clossius do for his Go game? Because we talked about all of my teaching stuff. He's like, what do you do for your Go game? And I'm like, I'm on hiatus. 'Cause I play chess because I don't care. Because when I'm sitting in bed about to go to sleep and I have like 10 minutes or whatever, I was like, I'll play a game of chess because I can't play a game of Go in 10 minutes. And then I was like, if I wanna play a game of Go, I have to think. I'm a Dawn player. I can't just slack off. I can't just do this, right? If I just do this, I die, right? I have to face like 2 and 3 Dawns and 4 Dawns and crap. So if I don't read 10 moves, 15 moves ahead, I just lose. I know I'm going to lose because I'm being lazy, right? I know I'm going to lose, but I'm in bed. I'm not playing a game before going to bed, not being lazy. If I'm going to be lazy, I'm going to be lazy in chess. Yeah, but then like who would be Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I have had a mentality for a over a decade now. The Go community is not a place where that would support people like me, right? I wanted to become pro. I wanted to dedicate myself to playing. I wanted to go to tournaments. I wanted to do all this crap, but it's not a thing. So I have kind of like taken it upon myself to work really hard to create the Go environment that I wish I would have had. So obviously I'm not going to do that myself, but I'm trying to do like my part, I guess. And then after that it's like, okay, I've done that for 10 hours a day. I think I need to go play chess now, or I need to like watch anime or TV. Man, I don't really watch TV that much. I don't watch anime that much. I read light novels. I read a lot of light novels. No. I think there are several people. I think there are several people that are working to make a large change like that. I mean, I don't know. Where I think it's possible, maybe, but doubtful. But will it be better than now? Absolutely. Like, there's a lot of people working to make Go better, right? And it's like, there's me, there's Devin, there's Albert, there's all the people in the AGA. There's a few people in the AGA. There's a ton of people in Europe that I probably can't even name. Then there's the organizations in Asia, like especially with Korea, trying to help support the Go market in the West, even though we use Japanese terms, which I feel really bad about. But like, there's no way we could change it at this point. No, I'm getting a lot of crap for trying to use English terms. So, well, in my opinion, it's the things that I'm doing. I'm trying to work on the things that I think need to be done, right? And obviously, I have my own opinion. I'm one person. And there's other people who have their own opinions, and they're doing their thing. So, in my mind, I think Go is just a bad game for non-Go players. I think it's boring to look at. I think it's confusing and intimidating. And I think we need to make it more approachable and fun and more of a game for the non-serious Go players. I'm building Sumego Dragon. I have the Clossy Approach series on YouTube. I have my lessons. I sell books. So my vision, I guess, is Go is already very interesting for the hardcore mindset, like for the computer scientist, for the people that love analyzing stuff. They can handle losing hundreds of times and just to improve. But then you have people that don't like losing, that like kids. Some kids in Asia is different, but like when you have your family, like just imagine like a sibling or a parent or a cousin, and you show them Go. I guarantee you by the end of the week, they'll forget about it until they think about you and think about, oh yeah, that's the person who plays Go. Oh yeah, they like Go. But they don't actually play the game, right? Because it's not interesting to them. They're interested in your interest. They like that you like it, but to them, it's just some black and white stone game. But imagine if it was smaller, like a 9x9. Imagine if it was more colorful or more obvious what was happening. And let's just compare this to, let me pull up a quick example. It's a very, very easy example. And now let's click on play. Actually, I'll go to adventure mode. I'll make it even more obvious. Go to my adventure mode for beginners. Now we have this. I click the play button, and this is what you see. And you have squishy stones. You know how many people have gotten to play this multiple times? I literally just took my phone, pulled this up, and set it in front of them. And I think I said maybe 2 sentences, and they were already playing multiple games. Now, very funny and very amusing. They always lose. I've never seen someone win on the first try. Yeah, it's super, super easier to get into. The stones are connected in a squishy sense. You see what's connected, what's not. The score is just the amount of stones you have on the board, not what's surrounded, which is technically what Chinese rolls is, just a simplified manner. You could see the score update. You have 5 stones, they have 5 stones. You have 6 stones, they have 6 stones. Everything's so much more easier to understand. It's a lot more approachable. It's a lot cuter. It's a lot smaller. And it's just a lot easier to just start. If I give someone my phone and I start looking at this, they don't have 30 minutes to just guess 361 moves. Like, they don't know what to do. I wouldn't even get them to finish the game. If I gave them this, they would not even be able to finish the game. So, for the type of people that like this, absolutely, I am definitely one of them as well. I think 19x19 is better. But as someone who's trying to support the community, in my mind, if I teach 100 people, 1, maybe 2 of them will actually become dedicated Go players that are competitive, that are reading and intense, blah, blah, blah. But 99 or 98 other people are not playing Go because it's too intimidating. It's too difficult. It's not their type of game. It's not a fun game that we just don't care about losing, right? Imagine Dark Souls, okay? Go is like Dark Souls. But what about the people who like, Mario Kart? They're not in Dark Souls. Mario Party is another one that's just randomized. They don't like losing, but they do like the fact that they can play with their competitive siblings because it's random. And if they play their siblings in anything else, those competitive siblings will always win. Not speaking from experience. But there's different types of people, right? Different types of minds. So how do you get the people that that would be willing to play Go that are satisfied being 20Q forever? What about the people that don't mind being 20Q? They're just playing Go for fun. They're just having fun. I think some of them will naturally want to learn more. In my mind, if someone's playing the game of Go, it's already a major improvement. If they care enough to put in more effort to go from there, then obviously I'm trying to make sure there's a bridge. I have the Clossius approach series. The Squishy goes up to 9x9. And then we have the Go problems from 9x9, 9x19. We have easy Go problems, harder Go problems. And I'm trying to build that bridge from someone who doesn't know what Go is all the way up into like a freaking 15Q or single digit Q. Like, I'm trying to make that bridge as easy as possible and then go as far along that path as they want. But I don't want them to be like, oh, if I don't get over there, I'm going to fall and quit Go. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Go takes freaking forever. I think 9x9, as far as games go, is a much better game. As far as competition goes, 19x19 is a lot more fun, right? So there's a difference of mindsets. There's the casual 20Q and the hardcore Dawn player. Okay, which one likes the 9x9? Which one likes the 19x19? You just have to think about the fact that other people exist. Just share some Ego Dragon. Give me feedback. Like, If you want to help, letting me know how people receive Sumego Dragon really helps because I keep sticking it in front of beginners. I've heard a lot of people get their kids into Go because of Sumego Dragon as well. So you take Sumego Dragon, you're like, hey, can you give me feedback on this? And then you tell me, like, how, was it easy for them to understand? Was it not easy? What did they mess up? What did they click? Where did they get confused? Where did they lose interest? And then I try to improve that for the next beginner or whatever. Um, Dude, a lot more than you'd think. But if you're talking about the ones that speak English, not nearly as many as I would like. I think the Go community, at least not in Asia, the Go community outside of Asia could be 10 times the size if it was more approachable. Hey, hey, Go players come in all types. We're actually teaching Go at I'll be teaching Go at two anime conventions and a cherry blossom festival and running a state tournament in the next like 2-ish months, 3-ish months, 2 to 3 months. Yeah, so I think my estimation. This is a pretty wild guess because I haven't looked into a lot of numbers, but my guess is there's probably about 600,000 Go players outside of Asia that are dedicated. Like I mean playing Go like every month for a year or plus. So I would say 600,000 people outside of Asia will probably play Go every month this year. Is my guess. I think there's 8 billion people on the planet. That number could easily be 3 to 6 million. Right? I think it could be 3 to 6 million. But it has to be approachable. We can also, this is something I'm constantly trying to study and constantly trying to improve on. You can also take the argument of what would it take for Go to be mainstream? Nice. Awesome. Yeah. Send me the feedback. I loves hearing it because it helps me improve for the next person as well. Thank you for the follow,
Viking
Highway.
Bale just followed.
Had that, and that did very, very well. Yes. Um, AlphaGo was really good for the computer science community. The AlphaGo documentary is really inspirational for those that can sit through it. Oh, here's something that I study chess a lot as well for like the community and how it grew. What I think made chess so strong recently was the ability to get it mainstream through the streamers who are entertaining. Okay, so the people can be on camera playing anything, and as long because they're having fun and making it entertaining and shouting and energetic, more people want to try it. Right? Now, here's the thing. You also have to be able to handle that many people being interested. I don't think it was e-girls as much as Hikaru Nakamura and freaking what is it? What's this streamer dude's name? No, Gotham Chess as well. He's a big one as well, but uh, Gotham Chess and the collab between the streamer that ended up launching into PogChamps, which got a lot of streamers. Chess Bros is a nice channel, but I really think it's more Gotham Chess, Hikaru, Botez Sisters, the big streamers is what I think one of the biggest reasons is all the streamers getting into it. Like all the big non chess player streamers getting into it. Having the PogChamps was very entertaining. You know what else made it entertaining? XQC, that's the freaking name. Know what else made it entertaining? It was fast. It was blitz. Arguably, I'm not a Go streamer. I stream a lot more than other people, absolutely. But I don't stream 10 hours a day. So we got to think about what I am specifically, right? If I made my living by the camera being live, I would need to be live 10 hours a day. So do I stream Go? Yes. But if we're talking compared to someone who's like full-time, then no. I don't know. I don't consider myself like a full-time Go streamer. I can't be. It's just not lucrative enough. Not enough people are watching Go. However, I have tried to test ideas through stream and YouTube in order to see about how we could branch out. But I'm going to be honest, I have to accept the fact that I'm not very good at it. Yeah, right? I am not good at marketing. I think I'm good at teaching Go. I think I have a lot of ideas about what I can do with my skill set to help the Go community. I do not think I'm good at business management. I do not think I'm good at marketing. I don't think a lot of things can be done by one person. So there's a lot of that. I mean, that's just because I haven't taken my shirt off, right? I just need to like cut right there. If that's what I'm going for, right? I have a wife. I can just like, hey, make me look hot. But I mean, I wore lipstick and a wig that one day, right? I made a lot of money that day. But yeah, it's like, what do you want to happen, and like, how do you make it happen? Right now, I think we could have someone very famous talk about Go, and we would not have a strong enough platform to hold anyone that came. So if you had 2 million people try Go all of a sudden, we wouldn't be able to handle it. There's not enough infrastructure, right? There's not enough tournaments. There's not enough Go clubs, which technically Battle Club is helping that quite a bit because now you can find people. There's not enough tournaments for them to go to keep them excited. The OGS is getting better, but imagine 2 million people came in to try it. They clicked the play button, couldn't get a game, and then left. And that happened 2 million times. Instead of 2 million people trying it, getting a game in like less than 30 seconds and staying. Right? So I think I don't know or have the skills on how to get 2 million people. But if I build the tools to support 2 million people landing here, hopefully that will make a difference. Now, obviously, if I knew a way to get 2 million people, I'd still try it, right? But, like, yeah. What state you live in? Let's see if there's actually one near you. Don't tell me your address. Don't tell me that. But, like, what state or city? Texas. Oh, there's plenty of Go players in Texas. What are you talking about? Like, it's literally where they hold the central freaking tournament. The central regional tournament is in Texas. All right. It's in this part of Texas. If you're over here, you're screwed. You have half of Texas. It's a good part to go. If you're over here, you're screwed. It's just massively big. Oh my gosh. I love how like there's this massive divide of emptiness. See? The tools, but no one knows they exist. San Antonio. Dude, they're all right here. There's plenty of people. You got to get on this map, man. I feel bad if you live in Wyoming. This is Better Club. I sent it. I literally copy pasted it. Look up. I just pasted it in the chat. I just sent it to you. Now, you see how many dots there are? Several years ago. Let's see if I can find a screenshot. All right, let's go back. Probably just 1 or 2 years, honestly. Notemaster. Okay, maybe it's further back than I thought. I forget how old I am. Okay, forget how old I am. Okay, maybe it was 5 years, whatever. I forget how long I've been alive. Okay, now back here in this time or whatever. Here we go. Ah, dang, this is a screenshot of over here. So I had the background of the map on the streams back then, just as something. Let's see. Let's look at that. I believe that is over here. Not very good at the whole world thing. Okay, so it's not as big of a difference. It's still a big difference. Like you can see, it's like 5 times the amount of dots. But it's a lot more obvious. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's a lot more obvious in these 2 sections, specifically. In these 2 sections, it's like 10 to 20 times the amount it was 5 years ago. See, that is what's happening. That is what we do. Now, unfortunately, I don't have as obvious of results. But, you know, I have some Mega Dragon. It's something. And hopefully in 5 to 10 years, it'll be big as well. My hope is that I have some Mega Dragon and someone's like, hey, you shouldn't go. Here's this. And they have everything that they need to play Go. They have a link to the map. They have the news. They have inspiration. They have the games. They have the easy introductions. I mean, technically speaking, I make a living playing Go and coding Go and doing Go stuff. It's just not a very lucrative living. But I was making more doing lessons, to be fair. I did intentionally do a drop in the income so I could focus on the passive. Oh, playing? No, I don't think that'll ever happen. Unfortunately, I don't think that'll ever happen. I'll play, right? But I don't think I'll make a living playing. I will never be a professional player. Nah. We are slowly getting tournaments with significant value, but it's still not enough for anyone to make a living. Like, I think probably, even if you won every single tournament, I don't even think you would make a part-time job salary. That's assuming you win every tournament that you could go to. You wouldn't even make a part-time job. In 5 years, maybe there will be more. But then again, you also still have to win every single tournament. So how many people in this entire country will be able to make a living? I don't know what Maxim is. I reached out to companies. I actually did get a sponsorship by Mind Sports Academy 1 year for like 3 months. But it was not helpful. because I couldn't make them any sales, and their Go support sucked. They were trying to make their own Go server, and I'm like, can we just work with OGS? I don't know if we should make another Go server. And then you had to pay to get on the server. I'm like, no one's gonna play. No one's gonna get on there. Creating the modern man with content the process. I feel like this is a dangerous link to click on. What's a GQ magazine? I'm gonna open this like off the camera just in case. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. I was quite nervous though. Okay, not gonna lie, I was nervous, but it's okay. We're good. I really like this. Okay, screw the ad, but I like this. That looks really clean. I have no idea who they are though. Honestly, what I really need to do, this is something I've been thinking recently. I need to do non-Go stuff. I need to get more well-rounded. It's something my teacher told me a long time ago too, that I'm too invested in the Go community, and that makes me a not well-rounded person, which negatively can impact my Go. And they're like, I'm not telling you to stop playing Go, but you can't only have Go in your life. And I was like, why not? I like Go. But they're like, hey, you need to be more well-rounded. It's like why you should never only learn one skill. So I need to like do more stuff. Yeah, but here's the thing. In Korea, you can get like 1 million to 2 million to 3 million people like hearing about you. In the US, we have more people, but sponsor a Go tournament and you're gonna get maybe tens of thousands. I don't think you're gonna get anywhere near 1 million. It would be really hard for a sponsor to get anything in America. Even if they're passionate about Go, there's just not enough people. There's not enough eyeballs. I will say Europe has a lot better position than we do right now, though. Europe's also a lot smaller, which I think helps. Like, it's the United States is way too daggum big. Yeah. So, it's a multi-step process. I think we need infrastructure. Then we also need eyeballs. And then we can get sponsors, which will bring in money, which will bring in a lot better of everything. No, I want an interactable globe. There we go. That's what I want. It still fascinates me how big freaking Africa is. Okay, so here's the United States. That's not how circles work. Okay, I'm talking about this section right here, right? So this section, dadgum, this is hard to navigate. So we're looking here to here. I don't know the data, okay? I don't know the measurements, but eyeballing it doesn't look that much different. I mean, that's why I got a globe and not a flat map, right? You sent me an insurance link. What? No, it just redirected to an insurance link. This one redirected to the same one. I'm not able to get it. I can't. It won't open. It won't open for me. It just keeps redirecting me. Okay, I will admit I'm only looking at this chunk, and it probably goes all the way like over here as well. But it's not like I'm well researched or doing a lot of thought about it. Also, if we look at spiderclub.map, la di da 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 da. All right. In my mind, this is a lot more condensed. Maybe I'm just wrong. There's a lot more gold. I don't know. In my mind, like, it's a lot more active and engaging over here. Meanwhile, over here, we have, like, all of this edge crap competing with all of this. Oh, don't even get me started on public transportation. Oh my gosh, I had no idea. I had no freaking clue. And then I went to Korea, and I was like, I could go anywhere without a car. Literally, I can go anywhere in the country without a freaking car. It was fantastic. I came back home, and I'm like, I can't go anywhere without a car. I don't want to not have access to my own car. I don't want to have to rely on other people's cars. I want my own car. Okay? I don't even want to just like not have a car and just ask other people. No, I literally want my own car to have the freedom to go places because it's so freaking bad. You know how much money I would save? If I didn't have to pay for a car insurance, gas. Oh my gosh. I looked at public transportation too. In Korea, where the fudge did I... Oh, that's why. It's up here. I forget how small this thing is. In Korea, it was like $1.50, $2 for the train. In America, it's like $10 to $15 for the train. And I'm like, screw that. Oh my gosh, it was so nice. Funny enough, I committed so many crimes in Korea by accident. Let's see. I spent $5 on a $50 taxi ride because I didn't know which bill I had. I almost walked out of a store on, which is Bat's favorite video of mine in Korea, where I recorded myself almost shoplifting. There was, I don't know, I think there was a couple other times. Oh yeah, there was the time where I forgot my wallet, got on the bus, and he shut the door and started moving before I got to the machine and reached back, and I was like, I don't have my wallet. And I was like, money no have in Korean. And he started yelling at me, man. And I'm like, how do I say I forgot my wallet at home? And so I just quietly got off the bus at the next stop after getting like yelled at by words I had no idea what he said. He was very upset with me though. And I'm like, I have no way to communicate that I made a mistake. I'm sorry. It was very awkward. Why is there one yellow dot in Japan? Because Battle Club isn't like in Japanese, I don't think. Here's the thing. I also I have a very good idea about how to make Smego Dragon like a lot more lucrative, but it's not set up for it yet. I have the ability to put Smego Dragon in multiple languages, which I completely intend to do. I want to put it in Korean, and I want to put it in Japanese. But it's not ready for 1 million people yet. Like, on my mind, I'm like, let's assume best case scenario, I'll get like 1 million people. I cannot handle that yet. My infrastructure on Smego Dragon is just not up to par yet. Like, I'm literally having to learn database from like scratch. Okay, I have to learn database design from scratch. It is not at a point where it can handle 1 million people, and it's kind of like a good mentality about our Go community. It's like, yeah, even if we could get 1 million people, it's just not able to handle that yet. Legit, this week I learned how to do a call that was costing me like $200 a month because I didn't know it existed, and also because of other reasons. But you know, whatever. Exaggerations, but still. I have made very expensive mistakes. I literally made one button and it cost me $10, and I was like, I need to delete that button. No, I can't afford to hire anybody. Are you crazy? If my app makes me like $200 a month for like 100 hours of work, I can't afford squat. I have asked for like advice in the Discord. I was like, "Hey, is this stage structure good?" And the people tell me stuff, and sometimes it makes sense, and sometimes I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. But I just found out about like last week, someone had mentioned um, group buy and left join, and I didn't know group buy. I didn't know what group buy was. I never heard of it before. Right, I had no idea what group buy was, and then I looked it up, and I do get a lot of crap about me using Bubble, which is a platform for non-coders that you eventually transition into coding. And I'm like, am I really just getting robbed? And I looked at what it was. I have to figure out how I could let you help. Like, I don't even know how I could let you help. But like, I didn't know group buy was a thing, and then I looked into it on Bubble, and they had this whole system built in that you could just do with group buy and a documentation of how to use it. And I'm like, I have been doing so many daggum calls to the database to get the same results that can be done in one call with this type of call. But I didn't know that type of call existed. Okay, it was really aggravating to know that for the last 3 months there was a thing that I just didn't know existed that I could have been using. It would have been a lot more beneficial. I mean, it's a regular database, right? So the thing is, they put a lot of like blockage in order to prevent idiots from making bad decisions, but they can only do so much. So they have the abilities of MySQL, I believe, as far as I know, but they make it so you can't do a bad call and just charge yourself a lot of money. I'm using bubble.io if you want to look into it. There's also a reason. I don't know about any of that proxy or whatever, but there's also a reason I'm using Bubble instead of building my own, which is I have no idea how to deal with security or whatever. Like Bubble.io uses Cloudflare to protect from DDoS. It uses Stripe to deal with financial stuff, so I don't screw people over there or commit like freaking illegal actions with people's credit cards unknowingly. So I accidentally charge hundreds of people $100, whatever, because they have development mode, thankfully. No, like I pay for these services so I don't screw up on a realistically bad scale. Like my mistakes cost me like $10 or something or whatever, right? But if I tried to build all this without using other services, I could literally cost myself thousands of dollars and cost users a lot of money. It would be very bad. I know someone pointed out that it didn't have a privacy setting turned on, and they were like, "Hey, can you turn this on?" I was like, "Oh, let me figure out how to do that." And I looked in, I was like, "Oh, there's a toggle for that." Okay. No command line interface. I use JavaScript. Hold on 1 second. I use JavaScript as much or as little as I want. I can use API. I use Stripe for handling all the financial stuff. And it does have its own database stuff. I just can't structure it. Even though like it's like, hey, we give you the tools, they are powerful, but if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing, right? The payment is $30 for the website, and I have the higher tier subscription, so I pay $130 a month. I guess 140 with the domain. No, the domain is like per year. Whatever. That's GoDaddy. So I pay like $130 a month, which is overpriced, but they handle a lot of stuff for me. I have to pay for the ignorance, which is my mentality about it. Then I pay Progressier to handle the app feel, look, and design and notification system and all that stuff. So I pay Progressier $30 to handle notifications and all that API and all that stuff. I pay Canva $10 for the artwork. I pay Millinote $10 to help myself because I can't really figure out Figma very well. And all the other freaking database stuff was just beyond me. So I just needed like a freaking spreadsheet, right? Are you talking about Sumego Dragon or like I'm making profit on Sumego Dragon. If I wasn't, I would probably have to stop. I make a little profit. So it's profitable for sure. Sumego Dragon, I think right now makes me $200 or $300 a month profit. But I legitimately believe that I can make 10 times that. Because if I get it multilingual and a solid like app, I see no reason that I can't get thousands of users. But it definitely cannot handle that right now. It's got too many bugs. And I'm only one person, so I have to keep learning, watching tutorials and database structure and all that stuff. I have to learn the things that I don't know, right? Like the freaking group by. Oh my gosh. Cannot believe I didn't know that. Sure. If you want, with my Go board, I am using WGO. It is a JavaScript Go board. It's what Wall Theory runs on as well. That is what I used for the Go board. I'm trying to keep the Go board and Go logic JavaScript based, so I don't have to use Bubble to do it. Okay. I'm just telling you what I'm using. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to belittle you. I'm like, here's what I have. I don't know what you have, but here's what I have. Going into a military base. Guys, check out this knife. I have a knife. This knife can stab things. And they're like with guns. Like, it's that you're cute. It's cute. You go stab things. Yeah, another thing studying is UI design. That's a nightmare to learn.
Review started.
And a lot of, oh my gosh, I suck at art so much. I am not artistically inclined at all. And yet I have to make it cute and friendly. No, you're good. The whole point is like to socialize with you guys, right? That's why I'm live and not doing a YouTube video. Okay. VM for white. I think you want to peep if you want to do that, but I don't know. I think my big issue is under education and I'm one person. But it is what it is. That is not this is not good. If they kick you, just Nobi. Touch Nobi. Touch Nobi, touch Nobi. Just Nobi. Yeah, this kind of like hurt you a lot. And this one I think made it worse. This is reasonable. Less reasonable. I thought you were going to go for this one. With the idea being making eye shape quickly. This one feels a little passive. Maybe I even go here. I guess that's not that much difference, is it? The vital point is here. When you're making a shape for defense and you need eye shape, tiger's mouths and panukis are what you want. The tiger's mouth points are the shape points when you need eyes. So if you're running here in a tight, cramped space, you need this move. This one, if I can take this one ever, then you lose almost all of your potential for 2 eyes. So I think for me, the shape that I would look for is maybe this or even that. No, that one's cuttable. Oh, no, but just live. Don't even run, just live. If you can just live, then move on. Live and move on. Okay, what do we want? That is the question. Probably the top side, right? I know when you have a third line stone down here, this is a common tactic. Because they have to live, and then when they settle, you already have a third line stone to block it. So that is a common move to play when you have a third line stone down here. No, don't be greedy. Play your basic shapes. This crap gets you in trouble. So if I just take your corner and run, do you get more? I want to say this is wrong, but I don't know. Well, now it's right, because now your opponent just gave you the whole corner. Whatever. Just take. White gets this, but then you get the first move to come over here. Or sorry, black gets that, but you get that. I think it's worth it, but I don't know. No, you cannot get cut. Don't get cut. Now you have 2 weak groups. Ah. Are you just dead? I think you're just dead. I think you just straight up died. Oh no, broken shape. Like, you gotta survive. Just don't die. Don't die. Number 1 rule of Clossius approach. What the heck is this? I want to say this is better, simply because I don't want black to get that Atari, but I don't know. I might be trying to be greedy. Wait, is black dead? No. Don't kill yourself. Don't kill with weakness. Just defense and Sente is very good profit. Defense and Sente is really valuable. But if you go for the kill next to weakness, it backfires. I think you have to go here to live. Yeah, yeah. Okay. You lived. Cool. Why not go here? What's wrong with this one? It's a little bit silly. I mean, you probably played it instantly, but like, if you look at it and you're like, that's obviously better, so it's a little bit silly. But somehow you got Sente. What the fudge? Sure. Um, Whatever. I don't freaking care. Why do I care? I don't care. Aren't we 5Q? Just say it. Just say it. I think you might be a little impatient. This feels like you're blitzing. Uh, you are not holding yourself to a 5Q standard. So I don't mean that like you're not 5Q. I think you have better skills. You just you just have to hold yourself to your level, right? No, this is like 9Q, 10Q. The thing is, you have to actually make yourself look at what you know you can look at, right? Instead of just playing, you have to say, I'm 5Q, I'm going to read it. And then you read it. And because you're 5Q, you can solve it. You know that it doesn't work. Because if you look at it for longer than 2 seconds, I'm confident you have the ability and skill to solve that Go problem. So the question becomes, if you have the skill, the knowledge, and all that you need to not waste the move and lose a point, why are you not doing it? Right? So it's more of like holding yourself to your skill level. You like just because you can solve the life and death doesn't mean you're letting yourself solve the life and death. Does that make sense? There's a difference between doing Go problems and like using your Go problem knowledge. Defense first. Just defense first. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen here? And if he fixes, he fixes. Who cares? But if you try to attack with weakness again, it can backfire. And now, like, everything's dying. Because you keep attacking with weakness. Just be more patient with your attacks. Attack from strength. Tiger's mouth! Does this work? Da 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 da. It's painful. There's no reason. Okay. I guess you're alive. If you're alive there... Wait, no, that cut. Really? 1, 2, 3. Dang it. I was going to say, if you're alive there, then just go here. But you're not. You have to play at least once. Okay, but hear me out. What if you just win this fight? I was thinking that if you could win over here, if you were alive, then it wouldn't matter, but you're not. So, you do have to respawn. And I was thinking, is there a way to get Sente? And there's not, so I guess it's fine. I was also checking the life and death here, but the life and death here is okay because you have 4 in a row. So I guess the Hane is okay because it doesn't really die and it can double attack, so it's okay. I was just making sure the move is okay. That's all it was. And then I'm trying to get Sente to come back to here first. I really would like to get here, because doesn't Black just straight up die? Actually, if that doesn't kill it, then what about... No, you have to go here. Yeah, this is the only move. I think that's the only move there. Oh, there's a connection under. I forgot about that. Then what if I go here? Da 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 da. Fudge! And 6. Yeah, but typically when you attack something with, or like that, you want the liberties. So if you go here, black has more liberties. So technically my first instinct is to take the liberties. Also, you see how this stone only has 2 liberties? Versus now all my stuff is connected and have lots of liberties. Usually this makes the difference in touching fights, is the liberties. Okay. You cut here to attack something. Attacking means I want to force you to respond to me so I can make profit, right? But if black's dead, I think that's enough profit, right? So I think this is a little bit bigger than that cutting point. Just maybe. Also, let's think about this. If you cut right here, and black, let's say you cut, and black's going to chase you that way, and run away this way, okay? So where's the profit? The profit's going to be probably right here. But what if you instead go over here and threaten to cut it while making that? There's 2 ways to attack a cutting point. There's the direct cut, which is usually the answer, and then there's the threaten the cut, which is powerful when it works. So let's see, there, Atari, there. So if I go right here. Yeah, normally, but your goal isn't to kill, your goal is to profit. So when you read that far and visualize it, where do you get the profit? That's the key. You have to think about, do I want the profit there, or do I want to chase to get profit, or do I want to threaten to chase to get profit? And you compare the two, and then, yeah. There's many ways to attack, right? So I'm just giving you more ideas to think about. But technically, profit, regardless, you can just get it here. This is already like 30 points. Yeah, killing's hard. Killing is incredibly hard. And according to pros, professional players, killing is bad. Because if you kill it, they get Sente. And that dead group is a lot of Aji. So they don't want you to die. They want you to keep having to respond to them. Killing is bad. Making them respond is good. That's the real money. Killing is Gote. Attacking is Sente. Why are you... You have a weak group. You're attacking with weakness again. Just defend yourself. You can come back and do that later. Just defend yourself. Uh-oh. The fudge? Okay. Then don't freaking do that, Hane. Maybe earlier, but now it's like getting close to the end of the stream. So. Oh, 9. Oh. Well, I was talking about black. This is good for white. But also you're dying again now. You keep being dying. Like, you keep having weak groups everywhere. Stop having so many weak groups. Just defend yourself in Sente. You are attacking again, and there's still a dying group and a half. Just live. Just not be dying, and then you can make stuff. Okay, you're profiting up here. That's all fine and dandy. But if black comes back and kills you, then the profit gets canceled out. What? Why is the game over? It's not dead yet. There's Aji right here. There's a cut right here. There's Aji right here. So simplest move is to start here, question mark? Okay. Not something I could solve in 30 seconds probably. But what would I do? So first off, I have this cutting point. That's annoying, but if I can squeeze it, so what if I start here and then white plays here, and then I play here, white plays here, I fix this, you're going to want to cut me here, but now I have threats here in order to make a ko to threaten some stuff up here. I don't know, there's plenty to try. Like, black might be losing, but it's not game over. Okay, so the AI would kill black. But I have lived in tighter situations than this. Black is in a difficult spot. Yeah, right? It's not an easy spot, but you don't resign until like 100% it's dead. You have to fight. Like you can't just like give up. You have to fight. Also, just don't be dying. Literally, I think black could have just not been dying this whole time. That's annoying, but let's worry about that after this dragon lives, right? Also, remember doing all this crap? What if I just did this? I mean, both players are attacking with weakness. That's the problem. Everyone's like, I want to be the attacker, but... Yeah, but now I can be alive. Okay, I'm not the one who got the 2 weak groups. I'm just solving one thing at a time. Right now, my dragon is the priority. Oh, dead gummit! Why is everything dying on this board? Well, both of you were attacking with weak groups, so it's whoever self-destructed first. You're playing hot potato with a grenade. Okay, that is what's happening. But if you just don't hold the grenade, your opponent probably has the initiative since they're holding the grenade, but also they have the chance to self-destruct. Wait, if you could do that, then freaking kill it! That's too risky of a ko, isn't it? I would ignore anything that you did to me on this board. Like, you could legit go here, and I'd be like, okay. And then maybe a 2-space. How could I lose this position? How could I lose this? There's no way I'm going to lose this. Everything of mine is alive except for these little stones, which are attacking you and easily sacrificable. There's no way I'm losing this. This is what being alive is like, you're the only one with problems now. Just one problem at a time. It's very powerful to not be dying. To be fair, I'm like 4 Dawn AGA. I'm like 2 Dawn or 3 Dawn. I was at 3 Dawn for a minute on OGS. Yeah, technically 2 Dawn, but I can say 3 Dawn is acceptable, but I'm not OGS 4 Dawn. I have not earned that title yet, unfortunately. I haven't really been trying, mind you. If I could play Go as much as I coded, To be fair, I do need to take a break and actually play the game. Because we have the Tennessee State coming up, and I really need to practice. I think that's next month. I've got to get in the shape, man. Man, I don't play Go at all. I will say, though, with that being said, not to like belittle the effort I've put in the past, I've probably played like 10,000 plus games and solved tens of thousands of problems. I will say handicapping some like 2Qs is a great way to promote. Smago Dragon has made me better at a couple things, though, I will say. Like, for example, having to put in the AI Josekis into the database or whatever. Trying to, like, make sure I get the variations right and whatnot. It's teaching me a little bit about the Josekis. Going over Q problems hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times to make sure all the variations are right is making me really good at noticing nets and ladders. Which is, like, surprisingly a giant blind spot at the single-digit Q level. You would be amazed how many nets and ladders get missed until 2Q. I've seen 2Qs miss nets and ladders. Oh my gosh. Cutting stones are very important. Nets and ladders capture cutting stones. They just undervalue how important those cutting stones are. Like, for example, when you played this double hunting, yeah, right? No, you never stop doing those. Those are essential fundamentals. When you read this, did you read this entire life and death problem? You said you saw this corner, so I'm assuming you did, because you said you saw this. But, like, even when making a decision between Nobi, Hane, and Tanuki, you have to solve this entire life and death problem. That's fine. You can only read as far as you can read, but as long as you're like putting in the effort. So the question becomes, why can you solve this life and death in the corner and combine it with your defense? You think you can pull it off. Ah, yes, thinking. Not knowing, thinking. That is how we win. You can do all this on the right side with the Ko in the corner, but then you also play this move. Every single move has to be 5Q. You can't only choose to be 5Q some of the time. You have to hold yourself to the 5Q standard for every move. Yeah. Oh, there was this time I was reviewing one of my Congress games with my teacher, and she was a pro, and we were at Congress, and it was like in person and on the demo board, and I replayed it, and I remember in the game I had read a freaking 20 move sequence, right? I remember counting it. Six Q, huh? I'm giving you so much crap over this move. This is what I do to my students, though. Is like I give them so much crap that they stop doing it because they don't want me to yell at them, and then they're a better Go player. That is like how I make people improve. So yeah, I had read a 20 move sequence, but on the 21st move, I lost the capture race. So I shouldn't have started the capture race. But also, Go Congress is like a 3-hour long game, so it's 90 minutes per side. I had the time to read it. There is a difference. But I showed her the game, and I was like, yeah, I thought I won this capture race, and I didn't. And she's like, looked at my badge. You're 4-on. You should be able to solve this. I'm sorry. I didn't solve the 21 move capture race accurately. My apologies, pro. But that whole feeling made me work harder, right? It's like, yeah, okay, I need to freaking finish the sequence in my head. I can't just read 20 and they say it looks okay. I have to actually read all of the moves. Can't just read a capture race. It's like reading a ladder and getting halfway. Well, you can read the 20 moves sounds a lot scarier than it is. It's a lot more reasonable than you might think. How long is a ladder across the board? You can read a ladder, right? So imagine a ladder's had a couple branches. Not a lot of branches, just like 2 or 3. And then you read the ladder 3 different ways. Just 3. 3 ladders. That is like 60 to 70 moves. Honestly, the difficult reading about being a Dawn player is reading the moves in different orders. So sometimes for a Dawn player, yeah, gotta watch those kind of wits. Some good exercises for Dawn players is do single-digit Q problems like 4Q and 3Q, but try to figure out the most optimal solution for both sides. Figure out every single answer possible, count the differences, and what is the optimal answer, who gets Sente, who gets Gote. And what's the value score difference. So that is some Dawn training that we did in like Korea. Is they would give the single digit Q the problems, they would give the Dawn players the problems, and the Dawn players had to solve it a lot more in depth. Yeah, for like the single digit Q Smego. Like to be a Dawn is to play single digit Q moves perfectly, right? To be a single digit Q is to play double digit Q moves perfectly. So it's not that like you need more moves, it's that you have to play them perfectly. So in other words, you play 5Q moves for every single move and you're like 1Q. Play 5Q move for literally every move. Not one move is slacking off. No, that's not completely true. There's different ways of doing Smego. Okay, so the first thing you should do is learn the tactic, right? So let's say I'm bad at Life and Death. So I'll get a Life and Death book and I'll go through and try to solve it, spend some time, try to solve it, look at the answer, blah, blah, blah. Second time through, I'll try to do it again and just try to get more correct. Third time through, I'll try to solve it without looking at the answers. Fourth and fifth time through, I'll try to solve it very quickly and just recognize the pattern. And then if I want to go even further, then I could talk about the best results or whatever, right? But there's many layers to it. Getting the best result is like for really in-depth reading. You don't really have the time for that normally, especially in online rank games. It's not really that important. What's more important in online rank games is you recognize that there is a Go problem. Like, it doesn't matter how you solve the Go problem. It's a matter of solving the Go problem. That's the issue. You're not losing the game because you played it in the wrong order. You're losing the game because you didn't even know that there was a Ko or life and death problem or something. So you have to like recognize all of these basic shapes, and then you can decide which basic shape to play. That's why I said it's like Dawn level practice. It doesn't really matter which net you pick if you don't even know there's a net there. Yeah, so I would say double-digit Q reading is learning what the basic shapes are. Single-digit Q reading is learning how to use the basic shapes and never missing them. Dawn level reading is how to reorder the basic shapes. Hopefully. But also, I'm just helping you with one aspect. Go has like 20 aspects. So just keep that in mind. Like, it's okay to improve one part of your game, which is great. But also remember, you have to improve 20 parts of your game at the same time. Just hold yourself to a 5Q standard. That's kind of like the important key here. Just always play 5Q moves. Yeah. Always play 5Q moves. You just, that's one really good thing about having a teacher is they force you to stop slacking off. It's like, oh, this is okay. Oh, this looks interesting. And then you're like, your teacher comes like, what are you doing? You know this. I just gave you this problem last week. You're like, I'm sorry, Sensei. I'm sorry. I will do better. And then the next game, don't screw it up. And all of a sudden, you're better at the game. It's that whole mentality difference, right? It's like, I'm not slacking off anymore. You think you're playing good, and then the teacher walks into the room, and you're like, double check, double check, double check, double check. It's like you just took a test and you're like, I'm good. The teacher's like, all right, you ready to turn it in? Let me double check actually. Before I turn this test in. Before I just submit this. I actually should double check. And then all of a sudden you get a couple more points on the test. Unless you're actually, there are some people that actually get worse from double checking. But the overthinker types, but it's still like the idea is like you actually need to, you can put in more effort than you think you're doing. You think you're putting in max effort, but you probably can put in more. I say this as someone who has slacked off as well. Like everything that I'm criticizing you for, I have done. Don't worry. Don't worry. I've been yelled at more than you have, and that is why I'm down level. I am stronger, and not because I did not make your mistakes, but because I have made them more times than you. That is what makes me stronger. I have self-atari'd more than you have. The secret to being a Don, self-atari more often. If you self-atari more often than your opponent while trying to be better, then you're stronger than them. I mean, you can make billions of mistakes in Go, technically. If we're talking numbers. You can make... What's after a trillion? Is it Gil? It's not Gillian. I think that was something I made up in my mind when I was a child. I forget what it comes after billion. Quadrillion. Yeah. You can make quadrillions of mistakes and Go. Yeah, there's a balance. Yeah. Well, you have to look at how many... Oh, I just actually sent this to a student. And let me copy paste it for you guys. This is an approximate number of moves possible in Go. Oh, I reached the character limit on Twitch. Dang it. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm not going to bed yet. Okay, hold on. I have to clear this out. Twitch can't handle it. It's too big of a number. Where's a notepad? Okay. That's an approximation of how many moves you can play Go. Go has a lot of variations. Okay. You can make a lot of mistakes. You can make a lot of mistakes. Oh, you can't see it. No! Why is it not doing display capture? Oh, because do that, and then that. Haha, now you can see it. It's a very large number. I know, right? But I would say that's probably reasonable human mistakes. There's probably a lot of these numbers that are just not ever going to happen because humans are not dumb. Which, fun fact, is actually how an AI beat Catago. I don't know if you guys know this, but they actually made an AI bot to find a weakness in the AI bot. Turns out the weakness is dying with everything and playing so poorly that the AI doesn't know that you're about to kill it. Because in Catago's mind, it was like, all of your stones are dead, therefore I'm alive. And then Catago dies. Because it doesn't know that it's dying because it thinks all of your stuff is dead. Because literally the entire board is dead. That is how you beat Catago. But I think they patched it now. But there was a line of code that the AI found, and that was the weakness of Catago. And I think they patched it in like 2 months. Leave it to an AI. The best way to debug something is to not have a script. It has 0 bugs. The best way to not lose in Go, according to AI, is to not play Go. If you play chess, you will never lose a Go game. Fun fact. You have to be more specific with your questions. All right, thanks for stopping by. I should probably wrap it up as well. Bats never raided me. What a traitor.
The reason we can't get away with it all the time is it leaves this.
All right, the struggle bus. That's a really cute overlay. Yeah, the Silicon Valley is where I got it. Was what I was thinking of with that reference. It was a funny clip. Not gonna lie, my favorite clip of Silicon Valley is when the dude just slapped the crap out of that little kid. They were trying to buy drugs for the kid, and the kid slapped the dude who it got his friend. His friend came back and slapped the crap out of him. That was so unexpected. I was not ready for that. It caught me so off guard. I don't know what it is about children being very abusing children in a comical sense is very funny. What is it? I remember Dodgeball. It was one of the actors in Dodgeball. The parents were like, please don't use the rubber balls when you're, or please don't throw them that hard or something, right? And he's like, no. Child pain will make this movie so much better. And obviously he used that like with stronger words. He didn't actually, it was in an interview. He's like, obviously we didn't throw it that hard, but that was the feeling that we had. That was the idea. If we hurt the child, it'll be funnier for the movie. He's like, if the child can't act, right? The child can't act, right? That's how this works. If they were talented actors, they wouldn't be extras. Oh man, fun times. It's fun to say things out of context. All right. Speaking of child pain, let's go ahead and raid this guy who is having pain on the struggle bus. Thanks for watching, you guys. Don't forget to check out sumegodragon.com for Go problems. And I hope you guys enjoyed the stream and found it educational. And I will see you guys next time.